mama would come home and take off her working clothes and tell us all about the day. So, okay, I'm going to rewrite this section. Revision. So, like, as I was saying in my YouTube video when I wrote the song, I'm like, it's bordering on cheesy. And it's in there. Okay, so what I love so much about the very first verse is it's talking less about actual details and it's drawing more comparisons metaphorically. So in the back seat of a Chevy Nova, old cigarettes and fogged windows. I feel like that says a lot, even though it is a detail, but it says more about that space than I think, talking about Mary. If you didn't watch the video, you can go watch how I wrote this song. And I'm just saying the second verse kind of came out as a kind of detail about Mary, Alicia's mom, and her relationship with Alicia, which was, and us in general, that she listened to us sing. And so I think that's what kind of got me on the track was, and she always listened when we sang, and we sang. And I don't know, the stage in the living room, that image was really strong, but now it turned into kind of like a profile of Mary. And not that I don't love Mary, and not that I don't love that that's a little profile of her. I don't love it as much as I think I could. So here's where we're going to start to revise things. So we went in the back seat of a Chevy Nova, old cigarettes and fogged windows, you and I huddled up against the cold. And then abroad, sometimes on freezing nights, the stars blink like flashing lights, like some faraway construction warning. It's like, okay, it's like flashing warnings. Something is wrong. Something's wrong here. And I like that. We're not saying anything. We're just saying that we're just drawing a couple things together and making it mean something. Okay, so let's start. Okay, in the backseat of a Chevy Nova. So that's the place where we've been, and I don't not like it. I don't not like that place. Okay. What's up, Joel? When JD put the new floors in here, he was like, it's doing this. Should I fix that? I was like, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. It's only where I'm going to stand every time I film something. 3 years later. Retrospect. Okay, retrospect. I'm just going to write that down. Retrospect. Just because it came out like that. All right, let's paint another picture. Maybe we'll go to my house. It's going to be more about Alicia. Alisia. Boom. Got it. Nailed it. Okay, so we're working through this. Alicia. What else? Alicia? Okay, she's Native American and ancestors. I'm going to say ancestors and she was a poet. She was actually who introduced me to poetry. She wrote poems, and I'm like, who the fuck does that? We do, apparently. She would write poems about her ancestors. Gosh, wow, what a tapped in little kid. Funny. Okay, and what else? Here, like that. Okay. Oh, okay. So here, oh my gosh. Okay, so when we got older, this is fun. When we got older, Mary let us take the Nova. So they lived on the end of Cherokee Lane, which was a dirt road, and it was probably a half mile long. And just for reference, Alicia and I would always meet. She lived over here. I lived over here, and we would meet at the second tree on Cherokee Lane when we would walk to meet each other. Oh my gosh, cute. Okay, here's walking to the second tree. Cherokee Lane. Dirt road, I'm gonna say, because I don't know. Sometimes specifics border on cheesy. I say cheesy a lot, and I don't mean that, I guess. I mean it for just my opinion about stuff. And my opinion shouldn't matter to you. You shouldn't fucking care what I think about and what I give a shit about. If you like it, do it. But me, I have a certain thing that I'm like, I'd rather stay away from stuff like that. So, I think I would rather go broader and make it it's obviously very specific to Alicia because that's the chorus. But it could also be just like any 10-year-old girls in the 90s, literally, whose parents, listened to Fleetwood Mac and, who listened to 90s radio. It could be anybody like that. So I'm going to broaden out. That's the other thing that I didn't love about the verse on Mary is, it's just, yeah, sure. It was just very specific, and it was very tailored to that moment. So what about, walking to the second tree, calling on the telephone, call you on the telephone. I like that. Call you on the telephone. See, this is when you can reference old devices. It's funny referencing things as a millennial, staring into the TV. Then I was like, nobody watches TV except for boomers anymore, so I had to change it to staring into the screen. But here I could say, I'll call you up on the telephone. Maybe I'd call you up on the telephone. Phone, you're in charge. Okay, no, you're in charge of the little ones. I'm just gonna say it because that's part of what I'm telling you to do. And you're in charge of the little ones. See, I'm not gonna say this, but I'm gonna write it down anyway because it might spark something else. Something like that. I'd call you up. I'd call you up on the telephone. I'm trying to escape. I'm trying to escape. So I'd call you up on the telephone. My tears were dry. They weren't gone. Weren't gone? Maybe. I'd call you up on the telephone. My tears were dry, but they weren't gone. My tears were dry. I'd call you up on the telephone. My tears were dry, but they weren't gone. Fog windows, you and I huddled up against the cold. Okay, so it's like you and I against the world, kind of. The world. Okay. So, all right. Starting to formulate. You just got to write every idea down. Just don't be afraid to write stuff down and be like, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb. I'm not going to say that, but it's going to be in there instead. I'd call you up on the telephone. My tears were dry, but they weren't gone. Tears were dry, but they weren't gone. I'm not sure about that. They weren't gone. I don't like that. My tears were dry. So it's like something just washed over. Like something really affected me at home somehow. And I was like looking to Go get out of there. I mean, gosh, mama. Yeah, it was not bad. It was not the worst. My mom was beautiful in so many ways, and I understand so much about her now because I have the same anger issues. I have all the same, triggers and stuff that she had as when I was a little kid, and I didn't understand why I was a target. But she was just kind of like, I don't know, everything is a target. It wasn't like me against me, but you don't know that when you're 9 years old or 10 or whatever. It's like, I guess I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, maybe I am. I'd call you up on the telephone. My tears would dry. Oh, my tears dry. Oh, I'd call you up on the call you up on the telephone, my tears were dry loans. You and I against the world. Okay. I call you up on the telephone. My tears, okay, how can I say that better? My tears dry. Okay, so hold on. I call you up on the telephone. Something just happened. Call you up on the telephone. Phone, voice. I like this. Caught in my throat. See, I just was thinking about what goes along with crying. Cool. I love that line. Tell you on the telephone, my voice caught up in my throat. My voice catching in my throat. You and I up against the world. You and I. This makes, I feel like going this route with the second verse, rather than being so specific about Mary and Alicia's mom, and her relationship with us. I think it just keeps us together and then the bridge when it comes in, like, we learned how to grow up, we learned how to change, we learned how to let each other down, but we still sing. I think it makes it more powerful. So, okay, slowly but surely, here we go, we're plugging away. I'd call you up on the telephone with my voice catching in my throat. You and I huddle up. Oh. On the telephone with my voice catching in my throat. You and I huddle up against the cold. Okay. With my voice catching and caught. I like caught in my throat. Okay. Call you up on the telephone, my voice caught in my throat. You and I against the world. Okay, sometimes on freezing nights the stars blink like flashing lights, like some faraway construction warning. Okay, then we talk about meeting. Okay, so because I call you on the telephone, my voice caught in my throat, and you and me against the world. It was maybe we'll see if this can work. Sometimes on. Okay. In the backseat of a Chevy Nova, old cigarettes and fogged windows, you and I huddled up against the cold. Sometimes on freezing nights the stars blink like flashing lights, like some faraway construction warning. Your stepdaddy was always real mean, didn't have another one to blame. Your shadow always looking for you. We pinky swore we'd never leave under the blanket in that back seat, but you never see how things are gonna change. And we sang, have mercy, truly blue. What if God was one of us? Maybe that's not gonna work. We sang, there's a hero come as you are. I'm just secondhand news. And we sang, call you up on the telephone with my voice caught up in my throat. It was you and I against the world. So I like, sometimes on freezing nights the stars blink like flashing lights. So I want something like that. I want it to be like an omen. You know, sometimes if you do X, Y, or Z a certain way, it'll be like this. You know, sometimes if you just notice, you know, like sometimes, so it's you and I against the world. Sometimes if you look, like, okay, sometimes if you look right at it, you can see it all, you can see everything cracking. On freezing nights, the stars blink like flashing lights, like some faraway construction warning. Sometimes if you look right at it, you can see the what cracking. You can see the something cracking. Sometimes if you look right, sometimes on freezing nights, sometimes if you look right, sometimes if you look right, the sun, okay. Sometimes if you look right, the sun, I like that. Stars, the sun. I mean, bringing it a little closer to home. Sometimes if you look right, the sun isn't. We're thinking, we're formulating ideas. Here we go. Sometimes if you look right, the sun, I'm just trying to think of like images for the sun. Sometimes if you look right, the sun, almost like there's like a haze over reality. The veil lifts. Sometimes if you look right, the sunlight, I don't like right and light. The sun casts what kind of light? A forgiving light? A redeeming light? I don't like this already, but I'm going to keep going. The sun casts a holy light. I mean, I feel like it always does, but okay, we'll say that. Casts, like fishing. Okay, but we're talking about talking on the phone, okay? So there's little problems going on everywhere that I'm just like trying to kind of problem solve as we go, and I'm really not very aware of what I'm doing. I'm trying to say stuff out loud, but I'm just kind of like peeling through, you know, all of this shit. Call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes I'm cold, sometimes the cold will lift. Oh, like, okay, still when sometimes the cold will lift, but you're still like, just because it's not cold anymore doesn't mean you're not experiencing some type of cold. Sometimes the cold will lift and the sun, and then moving on to the next section. Another line I really love is like his shadow always looking for you. It wasn't him. It was like all the things that were not dealt with. Just like looking for someone to fucking latch on to. I love you, Dave. A little stuck, but we're working. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes the cold and light, sometimes you come, sometimes we met, sometimes held, told love, I'm on cold, sometimes on freezing nights, the stars blink like flashing lights. That line just came to me, you know? I was just sitting down at the guitar. Maybe I'll pick up my guitar. Try anything. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes I'm alone, sometimes I'm calling, sometimes they're alone. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Hold on to what you got, and again. Also, I'm gonna write it down. Hold on to what you got. Okay. So maybe it doesn't have to be sometimes on freezing nights. I think the problem is that this isn't a vivid scene. It's a line. Oh, interesting. So I call you up on the telephone, my voice caught in my throat. It was you and I against the world. So that doesn't put me anywhere. It doesn't put us in a scene, you know, like what else could we do? What could we do to get more out of that? Call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Shine on me. I don't know. I'm gonna write it, but I'd see cheese shining out from the window pane. Pain like little suns in the pouring rain. I'm writing it. I told you, write it cheesy. Just fucking write it, okay? And then edit it later. You ever give someone like a piece of advice and then you're like, man, do I have to follow that? Call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Hold on tight to what you got. No, none of this. Sometimes on freezing nights the stars blink like flashing lights. What a great line. It came from nowhere. More lines like that, please. More lines like that, please. Something else like that. Maybe I'll get my typewriter out. Oh, here. What if we pilfer something? Let's just look through and see what we got. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Maybe this is the part where I say, like, we'd make plans. No, this needs to be a line like that other one. Here we go. Truly blue. That's this song 2 days ago. Sometimes you just want to hide away. Sometimes you just want to hide away. Okay. What kind of damage can the sun really do? What type of mark can it really make? All that light. Perhaps it is strictly in the business of disintegrating forms and structures, which we all know, at least on some level, aren't real anyway. Oh, interesting. Sometimes the light disintegrates. Sometimes, if you look right, the sun. What was that line? Sometimes, if you look right, you can see the sun. You can see the. Sometimes, if you look right, you can see the sun. You can see. Sometimes, if you look right, you can see the shapes. Disappearing in the light. Like some faraway construction warning. Disappearing in the light. Like they were never real. I like that. I like where this is going. Real to begin with. That's what it looks like. Can you see it? It's not nice. It's not tidy, guys. It's not meant to be. It's not supposed to be tidy. This is life ain't tidy. And if it is, how do you do it? How? Okay. What? So what do we have? Yeah, something like, sometimes if you look right, you could see the shapes disappear in the light like they were never real. Maybe so, something like that. It's pretty broad, but that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a poetic line that kind of describes something that they will never Sometimes if you look right, the shapes disappear in the night. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light. Just gotta get organized here. What the fuck is happening? What's happening? Huh? God damn it. It's like I gotta wear these things because otherwise I can't hear myself. I mean, I can, but sometimes if you look right, the shapes disappear in the light. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light. Like some far away construction warning. 10 syllables. Like they were never real. Like they were never really real. Like they were never really real. Kind of. I think we could say something. I think we could say more there. Okay, I gotta put the guitar down because it's not good for my shoulder. It's not bad for it, but it's just not great. The angle's not right. Back on the piano. All right, we found our in. Okay, so that's why it's really great to just keep writing around, and then you can inspire yourself with something that you wrote before. Write every day, folks. Just 5 minutes a day. Just try to write a couple like cool lines. Or words. Just come up with cool images. Just sit there and rack your little brain and just fucking think of cool stuff and then write it down. I like this typewriter. That's what I use. It clacks and it just feels like something. And that's what I highly recommend. So here we go. Sometimes if you look right. Okay, I gotta write this in this. Sometimes if you... Okay, so Alicia used to see ghosts. That's kind of what this is reminding me of. Okay. Sometimes if you look right, the shapes disappear. All the shapes. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light like hell. In the light like nothing. Like nothing they see is real. I don't like that. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light like henna, like coral, like what? Let's go for something else. Like what about? I write a lot about the sun. I've got to have some more sun references. Okay. Gorgeous bright light, pinpoint away. Where is your compass? Standing in the center of your heart. There's terror in the way you say, I love you. Are you scared of me? A priceless way to find out all the fucked up reasons why you're in pursuit of something, blinking red and not slowing down. These are cool. Okay. Pretty much nothing. It's okay though. Sometimes on freezing nights the stars blink like flashing lights, like some faraway construction warning. Your stepdaddy was always real mean, didn't have another one to blame. Your shadow always looking for you. Okay, I kind of want to follow the same format just because it's gonna work. So here we go. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes if you look right, the shapes disappear in the light like they were never really real. World. What rhymes with world? Like replacing them. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light, like replacing them with. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light, like replacing the light. Like we're all ghosts looking through the world. Like we're all ghosts looking, like we're all ghosts looking out, looking through the world. Like we're all ghosts looking through. The weather knows come down, real. We're all ghosts looking real. Looking for something real. Damn. I like that. Like ghosts. Like ghosts looking for something real. They're all ghosts. All ghosts. So looking for something real. Okay, alright. Pinpointing stuff. So you just gotta stay with it. Trust yourself to believe. Believe you'll get the line and you will. This probably won't even work, so here we go. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes disappear in the light, like all ghosts looking for like they're all ghosts, like they're all ghosts looking for something real. Okay, here we go. Nice. Sometimes if you look right, all the shapes, everything disappears in the light. Everything or all the shapes. Everything disappears in the light. Ghosts looking for something real. Damn, that's a good line. See? Just gotta keep digging. Okay. Sometimes if you look right, everything disappears in the light. All ghosts looking for something real. Ghosts looking for something real. Just ghosts. Oh, God. Sometimes if you look right, if you look right, everything disappears in the light. All ghosts looking for something real. Oh, no. Okay, and then we'd meet halfway down the old dirt road. down the old dirt road. I want to say something about my home life. Okay, and so what was my mom? My mom was, I was just thinking like, yeah, sometimes she was like pissed off and just like get out of here kind of, or just like kind of just, I don't know, just maybe it was just me. Maybe I just took it the wrong way. Probably not. She was, but also she was sad. She was really sad. So, but that wasn't until later. I think she was just kind of always triggers. So triggers. So something like about. I call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes if you look right, everything disappears in the light like ghosts looking for something real. And my mom was real mad. Fighting with her inner demons. Demons. Okay, I stole that line from what we wrote the other day. My mom was always real mad. She, not careful with anything, not careful with anything. And fighting with her inner demons. So we planned to meet, we'd plan to meet at the old oak tree, plan to meet at the second tree. Halfway down the old dirt lane, Cherokee Lane. Hold hands and sing it all away, sing it all away. And we'd sing, have mercy. Okay. So here we go. We got this. I'd call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes if you look right, everything disappears in the light like ghosts looking for something real. And my mom was always real mad, not careful with anything, and fighting with her inner demons. So we planned to meet at the second tree, halfway down the old dirt lane. Hold hands and sing, hold hands and we sing. Oh, it's gonna make me cry. Oh, Alicia, thank you so much. What a sister friend. Whew. Okay, don't cry. Here we go. I'd call you up. I'd call you up on the telephone with my voice caught in my throat. It's you and I against the world. Sometimes if you look right, sometimes if you look right, everyone disappears in the light like ghosts looking for something real. And my mama was always real mad, wasn't careful with anything, and fighting with her inner demons. So we planned to meet at the second tree, halfway down the old dirt lane. Hold hands like it's a high. Should I come down? Should I fix this? Will I be able? It's a fucking E. High E. That's what I sing in. Is that? It's a high E? I think that's what I sing in. It's a belt. Okay. We learned how to grow up, how to let each other down. We all stand up and when we sing, and we sing, have mercy, truly blue. What if God was one of us? And we sang, there's a hero come as you are, come as you are. I'm just secondhand news, and we sang, hallelujah. All right. Well, should we kind of track it? And I think that, let me play it once. All right. All right. All right. So I'm going to play it once through. I'm going to play it one time through, one time through. So that means I'm going to go, should I?